On April 5, 2010, the Pentagon's deepest fear went viral. A top-secret video taken from the cockpit of a U.S. Apache helicopter over Baghdad suddenly appeared online. Inside the cockpit, you could hear American soldiers laughing as they gunned down civilians, including two Reuters journalists. You could hear a pilot chuckle and say, "Look at those dead bastards." Within 24 hours, 5 million people watched that war crime. At the CIA, Director Leon Panetta called an emergency meeting. The entire U.S. intelligence apparatus went on high alert. Why? Because the danger wasn't just the video. The real danger was the person who leaked it. A brilliant hacker who had already penetrated NASA and nuclear weapons labs. And the terrifying reality was he held 750,000 more classified files ready to be unleashed on the world. What you saw back then was the beginning of the most famous series of leaks in human history. If you're watching me for the first time, I explore the strange, the mysterious, and the hidden truths of our world. But before we begin, do not believe everything you see on the surface. Governments don't hide secrets to protect you. They hide secrets to protect themselves from you. Today, I'm telling you the full story of the cyber earthquake known as WikiLeaks. If you love deep dives into stories that defy belief, join our family by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell. And please hit the like button on this video, because even if you think you know this story, you've never heard it told like this. The story actually begins way back in September 1991, Melbourne, Australia. Federal police kick down the door of a small house. Inside, they find a 20-year-old kid staring at an ancient computer, his modem connected to a Canadian telecom network. They'd been tracking him for 2 years in Operation Weather. This wasn't just a kid playing games. This was Mendax. Julian Assange, the sharpest hacker in the Southern Hemisphere. As a teenager, he cracked NASA, the Pentagon's defense network, and even the Los Alamos nuclear laboratory. He faced 31 criminal charges. He could have gone to prison for decades. But the judge noticed something strange. Assange never stole money. He never sold secrets. He never destroyed systems. He just looked. That day, Assange learned lesson number 1. Governments don't hate hackers because they break things. They hate hackers because they see things. Assange transformed from a hacker into a philosopher. He wrote a prophecy in 1999 that chills me to this day. He wrote, "The defining struggle of the future won't be missiles. It will be the struggle for information." Look at the world today. He was right. On October 4, 2006, Assange registered a domain that changed history, WikiLeaks.org. His manifesto was brilliant. He wanted to build a cemetery for government secrets, a place where any employee could reveal the truth without being hunted down. The first leaks were terrifying: assassination orders in Somalia, death squads in Kenya. But Assange needed something bigger. He needed to strike the heart of the empire. He needed a source inside the U.S. war machine. On May 21, 2010, that source appeared. An intelligence analyst in Iraq named Chelsea Manning. While sitting at a U.S. base, Manning began downloading hundreds of thousands of classified documents. To cover the sound of the CD burner, Manning blasted Lady Gaga music in the office so no one would suspect a thing. On that CD was the greatest military scandal in U.S. history: the Afghan war logs, the Iraq war logs. When WikiLeaks dropped these files, it devastated the Pentagon's narrative. The documents proved the existence of a secret hit squad with a 2,000-person kill list. It documented the cover-up of civilian killings. It revealed that the U.S. military knew about torture in Iraqi prisons and did nothing. Official data said one thing. The secret data proved they were lying. Then came the diplomatic cables. We saw European leaders publicly opposing the war while secretly supporting it. We saw Hillary Clinton ordering the theft of biometric data from UN diplomats. America declared war on WikiLeaks. PayPal froze their accounts. Visa and MasterCard blocked donations. Politicians went on TV calling for Assange's execution. Then, strangely, an old investigation in Sweden regarding sexual misconduct was suddenly reopened. Assange was convinced it was a trap to get him extradited to the US. Cornered in London, he made a desperate move. On June 19, 2012, he slipped into the Ecuadorian ambassador. He wouldn't leave for 7 years. Imagine this. He lived in a tiny room that used to be a ladies' bathroom. He used a sun lamp to get vitamin D. He had a noise machine running constantly to stop laser microphones from picking up his voice through the windows. Outside, Britain spent millions of pounds watching that one door, 24/7. But even trapped in a bathroom, he wasn't done. In 2016, WikiLeaks dropped the DNC emails, completely upending the U.S. presidential election. And then came Vault 7. In March 2017, WikiLeaks released the CIA's entire cyber weapon arsenal. The documents showed the CIA could turn your Samsung Smart TV into a microphone even when it was off. They could bypass encryption on WhatsApp and Telegram. They could even hack into cars to cause accidents. The CIA was furious. We now know that inside the agency, they actually discussed plans to kidnap Assange from the embassy. Some officials even suggested assassinating him. This wasn't law enforcement anymore, it was a spy thriller. But the walls were closing in. Ecuador eventually revoked his asylum. On April 11, 2019, British police stormed the embassy. A bearded, frail-looking Assange was dragged out, shouting, "This is unlawful!" He was thrown into Belmarsh, a supermax prison often called Guantanamo-on-Thames. For 5 years, he rotted there. His health collapsed. A UN expert said his treatment amounted to psychological torture. Finally, in June 2024, a deal was reached. Assange pleaded guilty to one charge in exchange for his freedom. He boarded a plane and flew back to Australia. The Guardian newspaper summed it up perfectly. He became a convicted criminal for the crime of revealing that the military killed civilians and tortured prisoners. Assange is free, but WikiLeaks has gone silent. So here's the question I want you to answer in the comments. Did Julian Assange deserve prison for endangering national security? Or is he a hero who showed us the true face of power? I'll be reading your debates down below.